Hey guys, SavyTechGirl. How is everybody today? I figured I'd come and hang out in here for a few minutes. Clearly I'm going golfing this afternoon, but I just wanted to see what everybody was up to. It's been a pretty busy day so far. I figured I'd come in here and see if we get any followers coming in, see what's going on today. I know Husham is a pretty busy guy today, so we probably won't see him around much. We got one person. Hello, who's out there? Who's a-watching? How are you today? I figured I'd just jump in here. If you guys have any questions, I've got some time. I'm working in my office, so I thought I would just come in here and see what's going on. It's humid today. It's very, very humid. It's not hot, but wow, it's a humid one. That's all I can say. Just had the dogs outside and now I'm sweating. Advertising for iZod today. Honda. iZod was my favorite golf stuff, and now they're not around anymore. Well, they are, but not in the sense that they used to be anyway. So what's everybody up to today? I figure I'll hang out here for 15 minutes. If anybody stops by, we can have a chat. Says I've got somebody watching, so must have someone out there that's supporting my endless chatting about nothing. Cody, what's going on with Cody? I did a couple of videos yesterday, so I'm going to get those out online, do some editing and some publishing later on, and then hopefully get those out. But as I said, I gotta go golfing this afternoon, so priorities, of course. Have to have your priorities and priorities straight before you do anything else. So how is everybody? Reading a lot of tech news lately. Seems to be lots of competition coming up with things like the Amazon Echo. All these devices that can do things for you. And you can ask it different things, like you're in the kitchen or whatever, and you want to download some music, or you want to listen to something specific. Hey OCS, how's it going? Just thought I'd pop in here and see what was going on with everybody this morning. Trying out my new ManyCam software. I've had some lagging issues lately, so let me know if it's lagging again. Let's see if I can work something out with that. How are you? Figured we're just going to do something laid back today, just see how everybody's doing. If you guys have any tech questions, setting up a computer for somebody actually, and I have to take it over tomorrow and finish the setup. But okay, good, no lag. Finally, thank you. Yeah, so anyways, their printer they're using is got a parallel port, so I had to run around this morning and get the adapter from parallel to USB so we can keep the printer that they currently have from decades ago. But I'll tell you, it's still going strong, and I'll probably outlast any of the printers that are out there right now. I did that this morning, and I cleaned my office. Let me see if I organized all my papers. No, I didn't really. I wish I cleaned my office this morning. So what's up, OSC? How's it going? What have you been up to? You working on any projects at the moment? I see my friend C-Girl, she had a YouTube show last night. She got tons of people coming in. I think she was using, actually, I take that back. I think she was using Facebook Live. I haven't used it yet, but it cut her off after an hour, I believe. I think you only get 1 hour or something for your broadcast, and then you have to go back into it. Oh, right on cue. There's my dog again. She barks every single time I go online, but you guys are pretty much used to that, right? So what's going on in technology world? Mitsubishi Outlander hacked through in-car Wi-Fi. Well, we know that's going to happen, right? Put Wi-Fi into a car, what's going to happen? Working on a couple of projects. Yeah, she just started doing a live show. I think over maybe just the past week. She's sort of delving into the live show. She had quite a few people in last night. I watched a little bit. I couldn't sleep last night, so I went on and sort of watched a rerun, and it was good. She was just saying how she knew everybody and a little bit of background on herself. I don't know if anybody knows anything background on me, but pretty much I'm just a techie. That's all I am. I have not tried the Intel stick, but I really want to get my hands on it. Last night, again in the middle of the night while I couldn't sleep, I ordered 2 more Raspberry Pi 3s. So hopefully I'll have those for tomorrow and I can get those set up. One of the things I was thinking about last night while I was awake is maybe making our lawnmower remote control. I thought, I have a radio. I've got some servos. We do actually have an extra lawnmower. So I was thinking about maybe making it remote control. Right, so then you can like literally just sit on the back porch and outside on the deck with the remote, and you can tell it where to go and have it cut the grass. You don't even have to walk behind it. So it's even better than a ride-on lawnmower. Right, it's a great idea. Say it doesn't really take much because all you need is the servos. I obviously have to change the wheels. I'm trying to decide whether I should have like all-wheel or 2-wheel. Looks like I'm getting a little bit of lag coming in here. Sorry, guys. It'll catch up, I think, in a minute. Hopefully. Come on, Google Hangouts. You can do it. Come on, Google Hangouts. You can do it. Boy, oh boy. I'll tell you. Sorry, guys. Is it frozen? My feed has not frozen. Oh, okay. Just on my screen it's frozen, so that's cool. Yeah, so I'm trying to decide whether I should have a 4-wheel or 2-wheel drive. Right? If I get a 4-wheel, I get a better turning radius. All you need is a couple of servo motors. I was looking online, and even if you souped up the wheels a little bit, you could use something like the wheels you get on the ride-on scooters, right? So you could do something like that. And then you've got your radio control, like the one I have has 6 channels. You wouldn't need 6 channels. And yeah, so I guess you could do throttle, right? You wouldn't have to do throttle because once it's started, you could just stay at that like high. I mean, you've got the 2 settings. So you could just stay at your high setting and then, yeah, just forward, put a little motor on there. Anyways, that's what I was thinking about in the middle of the night while I was laying there awake. I thought about what projects could I do. You could incorporate maybe a little Arduino with your inputs and outputs. Yeah, I think 4 wheels as well. I went on YouTube and there's actually quite a few people that have done it already. Some have actually put the tracks on them, so it's more like a tank than anything. We don't have, I mean, we've got a little bit of property. We don't have a lot of property, but it's smooth, so we don't, you know, at the end of our yard, we've just got one little hill. It's not even a hill that you go up. It's just raised up a bit. But I think it would be ideal, right? Yes, he's still golfing. He went to a place called Forest, Ontario. Not Mount Forest, but Forest, Ontario. There's 16 guys. I'm a big golf junkie as well, but they didn't invite me. Yeah, so he's there now. So they're playing 36 holes a day. They play 18 in the morning, 18 in the afternoon. Different group of 4 every time they play. And I guess yesterday morning they did best ball. This afternoon they're doing best ball. And then they come home tomorrow, but tomorrow morning they're going to play 18 as well. He said the weather's been nice. They've had rain overnight. I know, lucky him, right? Jeez, I wish I got invited on a golf trip, but it was a guy's thing. Actually, it's a really good friend of ours. He's been asking him to go for quite a few years, and he's never had the opportunity, but this year he made time to go. So they left Sunday morning. My handicap is 17, and my husband's is, I think it's 18, 17 or 18. So we're pretty much on the same level. A couple of weeks ago, we play at Sawmill in Pelham, Ontario, and I decided I wanted to use his driver. So I have a Nike driver, the Sasquatch driver, the square head one, and I've had it for quite a few years. And I said to him, you know what, I don't want to use it anymore because I've been using it for so long. I said, let me try your TaylorMade. And so I was on the reds, obviously. 6. Wow. Well done. I wish my handicap were 6. After my game last week, I bet you my handicap's gone up to 20 something. It was a pretty bad round last week. But anyways, I got my hands on his TaylorMade, and I had a pretty nice drive. I think it was, for me, it was a pretty good drive. I think it was somewhere around 245, 250. And so I confiscated his driver. I didn't give it back to him for the rest of the round. So he had to use his 3-wood. I was more than happy to share with him, but he said no, I could use it. And when I came home that night, of course, I went online and purchased a new one. It was from a place called avenuegolf.ca. And so it was last year's model. I paid like $200 for it instead of about $600. So I got myself a TaylorMade, and yeah, it's working great. My irons last year, I lucked out actually. And I had no intention of buying new irons, but we were going out for breakfast with our friends that my husband's away with right now. And we were early. So I said, let's pop in Golf Town, just walk around and see what there is. And they had a set of brand new Adams clubs. They were hybrids, but it was missing a 7 iron. Okay, so it was a full set of irons. But missing the 7 iron, and they were $900, and the price tag said $299. So I looked at my husband and I went, that can't be right. But I walked over to the guy that worked there and I said, those clubs say $299, and he said, yeah. He said, I'm not sure why. And I said, well, maybe it's because it's missing a 7 iron. He said, yeah, it could be. I said, I'll take them, because it was the last set they had. So we get up to the cash and they ring it through, and they had marked them incorrectly. So they were supposed to be $4.99, which was still half price. But because they were marked incorrectly, I got them for $2.99. So yay for me. Got a nice set of Adams. So I use Adams irons. And yeah, and then I use the TaylorMade. And I use, Adams. I've also got the Adams fairways. And then I use the TaylorMade driver. So yeah. So, oh, Adams were bought out by TaylorMade. I didn't know that. So maybe that's why I got such a good deal. You should have seen the guy's face when I got up there, and all of a sudden he's going, we marked them wrong. You've got to give it to her. So anyways, they're great. I like them. They're graphite. They're black. So the only thing I find with my driver is it's white. I've never had a white driver before, and as silly as it sounds, when I look down at it before I tee off, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's just because it's bright or what it is, but anyways, I like it. I'm playing this afternoon. I've got a 3 o'clock tee time this afternoon. So hopefully I'm only going to play 9 today, and then a friend of mine comes up. Her son's taking lessons. So we're going to hang out a little bit after that up at the course, maybe do some chipping and stuff. But yeah. So yeah, so I like techie stuff, and Yeah, see, I like the white driver head. It just threw me off. I'm so used to, like with the Nike, it was black. And then my husband's TaylorMade is black. And then I get mine and it's white. And it just threw me off. But I started hitting it well last week. I hadn't been to the driving range with it, so it wasn't all that great. But I started hitting it well last week. So hopefully this week it'll be good. I hope anyway. Drive for show, putt for dough. My putting is awful this year. I had an accident about 3 summers ago, and I cut the tips of these 2 fingers off, almost clean off. And anyways, they put them back on, and to this day, I still can't feel them. And they did the worst possible job in the world. They're still extremely painful. But that year, I went out on the golf course still and I putted, and my putting was fantastic. I was dropping them from like 10 feet, whatever, 20 feet. But now I'm back to playing my fairway game, and I'm on in 2 and I'm down in like 4 or 5. So yeah, my putting's not too good. So we got 4 people. Hey guys, who's in here? Say hello. Join our chat, guys. I'm going to have a show on Thursday night. If anybody wants to be on the show Thursday night, has Hangouts, drop me an email or direct message me on Twitter. So my email is SavyTechGirl@gmail.com, and Twitter is @SavyTechGirl. I'd love to have some of you guys on the show. We can just hang out and chat about technology. Cody. Hey, Philip, how's it going? Good to see you. I like your little icon there. It looks like a guitar pick. Let's talk Raspberry Pi. That sounds good. What should we talk about? I'm looking here to see if I've got one right in front of me. Can't believe I don't. I have a Raspberry Pi right now that is causing me a headache. So the Pine 64, I looked at that yesterday when you mentioned it to me. Yeah, I've got to get my hands on one of those too. It looks a lot like the Raspberry Pi. So I'd like to get one of those and maybe put a media center on it or something. But I've got a Raspberry Pi right now that was working fantastic. And now all of a sudden, I've got the red light, I've got a green OK light, and this thing will not power up. I'm not getting any images on my HDMI. I've tried a different SD card. I have tried a different power adapter, but yeah, you're welcome, Philip. No problem. I help wherever I can. I've got a few of these. The other day I had somebody asking about how you can get, if you don't have a micro SD slot or even an SD slot in your computer, you can get these little USB micro SD readers. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. Let me just see. So the actual SD card just goes into here. I've got one probably somewhere. How could I not? Like you can have these ones, right? So that's the SD that goes into the slot. If you have an SD card reader, most Macs have them, and some desktops and some laptops do have them. Just looking for a little SD card. Anyways, you put it into here, okay? And then just put that into your USB, and then you're able to format it, copy your image files and everything over. So that's the way to do that. And they're handy. And if you buy a Raspberry Pi kit, sometimes they send them. So you'll get it included with it. Not all the time, but sometimes you do get it included. So yeah. So what else do we have? You should buy a Raspberry Pi, and you should, when you get one, put different operating systems on it. Like maybe start out with Raspberry. I mean, pretty much once you put a media center on it, that's it, right? You're not going to switch it because you're going to love the fact that it's running fast. The Raspberry Pi 3 is so quick. You know, comparable from a 2 to a 3, there's not a lot of difference. But honestly, the processing speed of it is almost double. It's incredible how much faster it is. So you know what? I would suggest to get one and throw the Raspberry in on it, play around with it a little bit. You don't have to be a computer programmer. You can call it up. It comes with a micro SD card that you put in, you start it up, and away you go. And then next time, what you'll need to do is you'll need to, because you've put that SD card in and installed Raspberry in, the new out-of-box, all the operating systems are gone off that card. So what you would need to do next time is reformat it, start again. So go to the Raspberry Pi website, download the file, the image file that you would like. So whether it be Windows, whether it be Raspberry, and whether it be the Open Source Media Center, whichever one, and put that image onto the SD card, put it back in the Raspberry Pi, start it up, and then you'll start all over again. And then you can have a new operating system. So it's, yeah, it's a great way to play around with, you know, these microcomputers are really cool what you can do with them. You think you could take it to the cottage. You take it anywhere. You could put it in your car. You could take it in the car with you. You could then hook it up to a little display so you could watch. I've got a USB display, and that's all it is. It's just a USB display. I don't know if you can see that, right? So it literally, this here connects via USB, okay? I know you can't really see it because of the fact that I've got my green screen, but, and it's powered through USB, and you can take that along with you and watch movies or whatever you want. So it's, yeah, it's a great little tool. It's really fun. Arduinos are good as well. Arduinos are a little bit more complicated. You do need to have some background in programming, but there are some graphical interfaces now, so GUIs, that allow you to sort of like drag and drop things and get things set up. There's also thousands of projects online. If you go to instructables.com, there's so many projects online that you can mess around with. And there's weather stations. Actually, the BBC have just released their own microcomputer. So the British Broadcasting Company, right, the BBC, have actually released a microcomputer. So let me just make sure I get this right. They are BBC microcomputer. Now let's see. It's new. BBC. I have posted quite a bit about it on my YouTube or on my Twitter site. I'm just trying to find it here. So it's called the Microbit, I think. Yeah. So BBC's Microbit finally launched last week, just as the children head off for Easter holidays. So this was obviously back in March. But what they're doing is in the schools, they are actually using these microcomputers, and they're teaching the kids about programming. And I think it's fantastic. I think that, you know what, that's the way that we should be doing it. When I took computers, my computer class was, well, I took computers probably, I was about 7 maybe, was the first computer course that my parents signed me up for, and it was at the local library, and it was on the Apple computer, so one of the original Apple computers. And I clearly remember we were literally making the little green turtle with programming, go forward 5 dots, to the right 6 dots, down 2 dots, And yeah, I can remember using those computers and doing the programming. And then obviously we were lucky enough that later on, my parents were able to purchase, we had ColecoVision first, which was just obviously the gaming system, followed by Atom. So Atom computer interfaced with ColecoVision. So that was cool. And so we had that. And then we started getting into the desktop type computers, right? Which were still at this point, Windows hadn't hit. So we were just using DOS and things. And then when I took computers at school, it was just very much, you know what, learning how to type and things. It wasn't actually programming. So yeah, I think, you know what, if the schools can get these microcomputers, they're so cheap, you know what, they can't say it's a huge investment. They can buy these things for $20, $30 and get kids programming. I think that's the way to go. Sorry, my dog's barking in the background. Louie, wake up. He's asleep, guys. Sorry about that. He's barking in his sleep. So yeah, so anyways, you know what? It's the way of the future. I really think that we need to be teaching our kids how to program, absolutely, without a doubt. And they will definitely go a long way. So yeah. So I don't know if you guys are still out there. If you have any more questions, looks like there's only 3 of us right now. I don't know. That may be incorrect. I may not have anybody, actually. Maybe everybody's gone. Oh, it says I've still got 3 people. So I don't know if you guys need help with anything else, but I just thought I'd just pop in and say hi to everybody before I go golfing. Hey, Juan, how's it going? Good to see you. We're just sort of hanging out, having a chat, talking about Raspberry Pis. I'm advertising for iZod and Honda. I should be advertising, oh, sorry, iZod and Honda. I should be advertising for Audi, really, but I'll stick with these guys. Oh, and Titleist, because I'm golfing later. Hey, retired guy, how are you? Long time no see. Came in here just in time. I've got a couple of people now. I'll stick around for a bit. I was going to take off because there was only a few of us, and I was sort of babbling on about nothing. We're talking about Raspberry Pis. How is everybody? How are you, retired tech guy? Good to see you. What have you guys been up to? Is anybody working on any projects? I was saying I want to make our lawnmower remote control. I actually have a nice radio and stuff, and I really want to make it remote control. So I'm going to see if I can pull that off over the next little while. I'm not sure when, but my husband's away, so maybe I'll do it while he's away, and then when he comes back, we'll have a fully automated remote control lawnmower, and then he won't have to worry about cutting the grass because I can just sit on the patio, on the deck, whatever. Heck, I could probably sit in the hot tub and still use the remote and still cut the grass, right? It's sort of like the cars that just drive by themselves. I was last night, I can't remember exactly what I was watching, but they were showing in Dubai the self-automated cars. Yeah. Oh, working on computers at Norfolk Golf and Country Club. Well done. They keeping you busy? What do they, what software do they use there? Are they using Tion or are they using Golf Now? There's so many different ones now for the golf courses. I do a lot of work for this one golf course, and we've implemented, they've got tablets now on the golf carts for taking orders. So the drink cart now has tablet on it for placing orders, because inventory in a golf course is honestly, it's a nightmare. So we had to come up with something for them to use in order to keep track of stuff. Jones software, okay. Yeah, so this way, like, you know what, we're using things like the square and implementing different things to try and keep things, you know, it's very easy with a cash society, especially a golf course, right? It can get sometimes a little bit tempting for, I'm not saying people do it, but it can get a little bit tempting. So if you take the temptation away and you implement some of the software, it's helps you keep a handle on things. So yeah, so the golf course keeps me busy as well. That's for sure. I enjoy it though. I like it. It's nothing like sitting at the golf course working and then afterwards you can go outside, sit down, look out over the fairways. It's yeah, it's perfect. So today I'm going to head up there later on, play 9 holes, have some dinner, and yeah, that's about it. So anyways, I thought I would just stop in. I am doing my show on Thursday, 7 p.m. So golf courses always have great food and beer. You've got that right. It's nice to finish your round, and we implemented an ordering system too. So on your phone using the app, it's called Sawmill Golf app. You can go on, order your food at the turn, sends that information inside, and then goes to the cook, and the food's ready at the turn. So it took a little bit to implement that, but yeah, no, they've got a good app up and running now, and you can use GPS on the golf course and everything. So it's pretty cool. It's very cool, actually. But Retired Guy, do you have time tomorrow or Thursday night, 7 p.m. to stop by the show? It'd be good to have you if you get a chance. And whoever's watching, Philip, Stream and Wend and I are going to have the show. And I said to anybody, if anybody has Hangouts and would like to join, please send me an email. So I've got your direct contact information, SavyTechGirl@gmail.com. And if you get a chance, maybe you can stop in the live show. That'd be great. What I'll do later on today is post the link. So I'll set up my live shows for the next little while so they're online. And yeah, like I said, if you'd like to be on the show for sure, just drop me an email. I can send you the Hangout link and we can go online and see what damage we can do. That would be great. If I get a chance this afternoon, I will do a couple of add-on reviews. Is there any that you guys would like to see? Any requests, or is there a build request? I can do a review on a build if you would like. Anything specific, let me know. And I will go on and do that for you. If you can't think of anything now and think of something later on, please, like I said, just drop me a message. Obviously, I'm on Twitter @SavyTechGirl. So, all right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day or a morning at least. And I look forward to the show on Thursday. If I get a chance later, maybe I'll stop in, see how everybody's doing. Like I said, please drop me a line, drop me an email. Which app was that, Retired Guy? Google Hangouts? Google Hangouts is for everybody. That's the one that you would need if you wanted to be on the show, and you can just use your computer, or you can download the app onto whatever device you have. So if that's the one that you're talking about, then Google Hangouts is available for any platform. I find it easier on a computer, but oh, sorry, the golf app for foods. It is currently only available on Apple. Yes, we don't have it on the. Oh no, actually, hang on. No, it is on. It's in the Play Store as well. The only one it's not on is BlackBerry. So it's Android and Apple. Thanks, Philip. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so it's Sawmill Golf. Let me just, there is one that's down in the States. So you have to make sure that, Let me see. It is Sawmill Golf Course, and it's got a little logo of a water wheel and water. So check it out, download it and check it out. The version of the operating system I'm running on my phone, it's not working very well, but if you've got an Android device, if you can just try it and let me know, that would be great. And just give me some feedback on it. So again, it's Sawmill Golf. And when it loads up, so it gives you like a GPS scorecard and stuff like that. All right, so it'd be great if you get a chance, retired guy, that'd be fantastic. I'd appreciate that. Okay, guys, gotta run. Catch up with you later on. I really appreciate you guys stopping by, and I look forward to talking to you later. Bye for now.